Hey, Tim Walls getting Buddy that serial killer look.
They understand that it makes sense. Look, our number one export cannot be topsoil from erosion from these massive storms. We saw it in Minnesota this summer. And thinking about how do we respond to that, we're thinking ahead on this. And what Kamala Harris has been able to do in Minnesota, we're starting to weatherproof some of these things. The infrastructure law that was passed
We began hood commentary. I just want to hear out what he got to
how
say.
do we make sure that we're protecting by burying our pipelines? How do we make sure that we're protecting
I'm
lakefronts
definitely for
that we've
buried
seen
power
around the
lines.
world? But to
That
call
need to
the
be
folks
all throughout the country,
who
not just in the
support our
suburbs.
executives to Mar-a-Lago say, give me money for my campaign, and I'll let you do whatever you want. We can be smarter about that, and an all-above energy policy is exactly what she's doing, creating those jobs right here.
Governor, your time is up. The overwhelming consensus among scientists is that the Earth's climate is warming at
She looked like Hillary Clinton.
Thank
I
you.
swear to God, Bill Clinton got a goddamn offspring out here.
The crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border
She looked like Hillary Clinton.
as one of
A
the
better
top
version of Hillary Clinton.
for American voters. Senator Vance, your campaign is pledging to carry out the largest mass deportation plan in American history.
I'm for the mass deportation. I'm tired of the damn over suppression of the workers market. Keeping the goddamn pay down, pay suppressed because 100 motherfuckers willing to do it for half the price. Nah, man.
U.S. illegally and separate them from any of their children who were
Why you think the port just went on strike? Port just went on strike because they hiring all these non-ILA workers, non-union workers. They call them non-union jobs. And then they try to cut your work load down as a union worker. So that's why the union going on strike right now. And the non-union workers are immigrants, recent immigrants.
And what it's meant is that a lot of fentanyl is coming into our country. I had a mother who struggled with opioid addiction and has gotten clean. I don't want people who are struggling with addiction to be deprived of their second chance because Kamala Harris let in fentanyl into our communities at record levels.
Man, come on now. Now I gotta stop you right there, fam. Bitch, the government been shipping dope for years, Playboy. Ain't no vice president letting no damn dope in. Bitch, dope been coming in since shit. You had Vietnam vets bringing back heroin and shit. You ain't seen American Gangster, bitch? That's your first opioid crisis, Vietnam War. Let's talk about that. Can't mention an opioid crisis without mentioning the original opioid granddads from Vietnam who got sprung out overseas. You a vet, you should know that, Vance.
You asked about family separation. Right now, in this country, Margaret, we have 320,000 children that the Department of Homeland Security has effectively lost. Some of them have been sex trafficked, some of them...
Let's talk about the group homes.
Some of them have been used as drug trafficking mules.
The group homes under these government agencies ain't monitoring these kids and they steady getting goddamn blank checks. And these kids is being abused in the group homes, and the kids is being sold from the group homes, and all type of molestation go within these group homes, within these foster parents who are adopting these kids. So it's more than just.
Governor, do you care to respond to any of the specific allegations, including that the vice president is, quote, letting in fentanyl and using kids as drug mules, among other things?
I mean, that's easy to defend.
It's not true, but I will say about this, about fentanyl, because this is a crisis of this, the opioid crisis, and the good news on this is the last
Opioid crisis. We got a prescription drug crisis. Are you kidding me?
decrease in Ohio, but there's still more work to do. But let's go back.
Pharmaceutical companies goddamn making records every year, and it's good for the business people.
She's the only person in this race
From a business aspect, it's amazing.
games for human trafficking.
From a moral, societal aspect, it's horrible.
We all want to solve it.
But you want to stop the drug problem, you got to first start the prescription drug problem.
Congress. That's the Border Patrol agents. That's the Chamber of Commerce. That's most Americans out here. That's why we had the fairest and the toughest bill on immigration that this nation's seen. It was
And it was tied in with Ukraine money. That's why the shit didn't pass. Y'all keep tying in all these little underwritings. It's like an insurance underwriter. You know, some small fine print. Yeah, we're gonna set the toughest immigration, but then we're gonna give all this American money when this Americans ain't got no damn homes. They losing their homes. You cutting from the Department of Education every damn day. First to get the cut, I don't care who the president is or what party, Democrat or Republican. Department of Education always take the biggest hit. It's always been a running joke that teachers get paid the less. But then we want to write a bill up with an immigration law that's combined with money to another country, foreign aid. And this is what's so crazy because me as a hood black man, when you hear Donald Trump rhetoric, this shit is fucking hard. It is gut wrenching to hear Donald Trump rhetoric. But when he talk about making NATO pay, he telling you some real shit. Why are we playing bully big brother to the whole world for free? If we gonna be a bouncer, when you ever seen a bouncer at a nightclub working and risk his life for free? We risking American money. We risking the world hating us and everything because we jumping in everybody affairs with our money. I'm gonna tell y'all these four listeners while y'all listening real quick. Something real important what every a politician should preach. We should be able to vote not just for the president, but for every bill passed. There should be no House of Representatives. We should represent ourselves on everything. Everything that's up, House bill that's up, we should be able to vote for it by phone. If you miss out on it, then you just missed out on that bill. But at least we got to participate as the public. We the people should be able to decide right there in real time that, hey, we want to vote on this money not passing. Every little single bill, you want to make the cuts to the Department of Education, it got to be American consent. It can't be some representative who said he would do one thing on campaign trail. Now he's getting these campaign dollars. And let me tell y'all something else. Eddie Murphy wrote a movie called The Distinguished Gentleman. I advise y'all to look at it. It showed how politicians work. So basically it was a case. It's funny, they just was talking about underground power lines. So a girl come into the office and she has cancer, right? So the mother was like, yeah, my daughter has cancer. We believe it's from the power lines in the neighborhood. So they come to him and tell Eddie Murphy, who is this politician, right? They say, well, listen, there's money on both sides to be made. We got the doctors offering you $100,000 so that you can say that, hey, it need to be money given to these kids so that they can have cancer treatment. And then we got the lawyers offering you $100,000 so they can go after the health companies. You see how this shit work? You get paid on both sides. So it's like, oh yeah, you unlike that part, but it's okay. You can unlike that part. And another part you probably unlike is corporations being, let's get real deep. Corporations being humans, people. So I explain that. We are human beings. Your person is a character, meaning your ID. It belongs to you, right? It's on your person. So when even a cop or law enforcement says, let me see your persons, they're not talking about you, the human being. They're talking about who you identify as a citizen in society. So when you hear the terms of like menace to society, that means you're not adhering to the laws that has been set forth and through legislative law within that state or in that country. So you adhere to society from the moment you sign the birth certificate, because now you're given an identification, in which the identification system came about like in the early 40s and whatnot, right? And so, but before then there was no sense of ID in like the 1800s, 1920 and stuff like that. So I say that to say a corporation can act as a human being and donate a whole company's money. So they can donate 100 people money acting as one person. Hey, this get deep, man. You know what? And you know, I gotta start when I do these things. I gotta start looking at how many people leave and go. I always let that affect me instead of just talking. So I'm gonna just keep it going. So a corporation can act as a person. So since a corporation can act as a person, you might believe in this certain candidate, but Walmart believes in this other candidate. You can't compete with Walmart. I don't give a damn if you make $300,000, $400,000 a year. You as an individual can influence a candidacy donating as an individual, because you can't compete against a corporation who is acting as a human being. Boston sued the federal government about this years ago. I don't quote me on it, you got to look it up yourself. But Boston sued the federal government about corporations being able to compete against we the people about who our candidates are. That's why you stuck in the race back and forth this late with indecisiveness about who you're going to vote for, because usually you're so decisive because you know, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But we don't have that balance equal opportunity of candidates. Like for instance, look at how well this vice president. I'm not voting for neither candidate, but look at how well JD Vance is speaking. Never heard of JD Vance, never seen him. I heard him clown. But the way he addressed it when he started off was so professional. He was like, hey, I want to talk to you, America. Hey, I know I'm going to answer the question, but I want to speak to y'all. How y'all doing? Are you guys doing well? Me and the other candidate, you might not know us, so let me get acquainted with you. You see how he addressed the people? That's the way you would it's he talking better than the president. He's talking with more confidence than the person he's representing. Both vice presidents are outperforming the presidents that they're supposed to be representing. Why is that? You see, like it's crazy. Both vice presidents are making more sense than the actual candidates. And ain't this is no knock on the actual candidates. I'm just simply saying that they're well. Don't get me wrong. Trump rhetoric is just hard to hear, but he knows his plan. Nobody can never say that he's not in tune with his plan. Like when I said this to my mom. I said whether you agree with his plan and or you don't agree with his plan doesn't matter. One thing you can agree is he has a plan that he has thought about over and over and over. He come to the debate with no notes. Like it ain't. I want to see all presidents. Don't come with no notes. You should go over this every day in your mind. You're the president of the free world. This should populate through your mind periodically. Through your next step for this country to move forward. This should be nothing that you have to. Don't get me wrong. In a long debate, yeah, you might have to have a cue card for a little talking points, but it's nothing that you got to periodically look back at because this should be ciphered within your brain. And that's one thing you see when you see Trump. This motherfucker gonna goddamn come and he ain't gonna have no notes and he gonna know all his fucking points. And he gonna say some stupid wild shit to fuck all that up. But in between time, if you catch the message, he gonna have all his damn points, especially when it come to money. It's like this motherfucker thinks about money 24/7. And at this point, I need a president that thinks about money 24/7. Now I need a president that actually thinks about money 24/7 and think about elevating everybody. Not everybody meant to go. That's in any country. If you lazy and you ain't willing to not everybody because not everybody meant to go. That's in any country. If you lazy and you ain't willing to work because you got it on you, so everybody ain't meant to go. But the topic, but the bottom line is, you work your way to a middle class, and then you look to advance. And it seemed like we was advancing, and then this COVID shit fucking happened, and that was the Great Reset. That's the reality of this shit. Like COVID, because when Trump was president, bitch, everybody was getting money. Nigga, this shit was great, bitch. He was talking this shit. It was like, damn, this motherfucker's a shit talker, but bitch, I'm getting me some money. Bitch, everybody was eating. And then fucking COVID hit, and then all of a sudden everything went up to match the fucking wages we had got earned under Trump. It's like, and then that shit didn't seem like it was nothing. And then all of a sudden Biden came in, and then this shit just fucking. And this is the part about the Biden, because I'm gonna tell you some shit. This is the part about the Biden. This motherfucker had everybody tricked, right? He was like, man, listen, we just need this House representative last vote with Warnock in this race in Georgia, and then we're gonna have the House, we're gonna have the Senate on the president, and then out of fucking nowhere, goddamn buddy from West Virginia became the goddamn president. I can't even think of his motherfucking name. He became the goddamn president. Joe Manchin became the president and was fucking all of a sudden we couldn't get shit passed when you got executive orders, when you could have man, come on, man, this motherfucker is a wild dude. And so he wondered, and it's crazy because for her to absolutely win, I'm gonna just be honest with you. For Kamala to win this race, well, in my opinion, I ain't gonna say for her to win because I can't predict what was going on in the future, but I believe for her to win, she gotta throw Joe Biden under the fucking bus. She just gotta break all rules. Hey, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit going on. You got, because it's hard to say, hey man, this what we gonna do when we see what's popping. I just explained to you and broke down how everything was good before COVID. COVID fucked up the world. That was the Great Reset. It was almost like somebody was trying to sabotage the whole fucking world and sank all the markets, but shit was just so fucking good. It's almost like I'm gonna compare it like a video game. You start off with 100% power, and then you get hit real hard. Now you at 50%. That was COVID. That was the economy. 50% your ass dead. Public officials represent this. Even as a citizen, right? If I'm a citizen and I'm donating to you, I want you to do something for me. That's what I'm donating. So imagine if I'm a fucking, I mean, I ain't gave you no little thousand, 10,000, bitch. I gave you 10 million. You gotta get me right, and that's that's what all this shit is fucking what's the word, jaded, because it's like if you don't have the actual public, you, I, and whoever else, garbage man, damn, whatever job you work in life, if we not the ones participating just in the vote, and we competing with corporations, what is almost begs the question is what the fuck is we voting for? Because we can't compete with their money. We believe that we could compete with powers and numbers of going out and voting. But what we can't compete with is a corporation's dollars and the candidates that they put in front of us. Because I'm gonna go ahead and speak of a Mary Ann Williamson. Like, it's no reason why the world shouldn't know who Mary Ann Williamson is. Like, it's just no freaking reason why this lady doesn't get her flowers and her glow. While Jill Stein is just like not at the forefront of everybody's minds and her policies. Like, people so over talking to you people. Let me keep coming to you.